with the sound of Om 3 times. Take a moment to find stillness, sitting supreme and tall, and imagine that Om sound going out to bring healing vibrations to all beings everywhere, to cure them of their suffering and their pain. Imagine, therefore, you are everywhere. Fix your mind on God alone. Rest your mind in God alone. And in God you will live hereafter. Of this there is no doubt. And to remind us, stay the theme of always observing compassion to all beings, through our practice, through offering up our practice, and through all our actions and thoughts and words. Let's do his mantra now, the Green Tara mantra, that honors this deity who is all about love and compassion, who helps us to remove us from our troubles and our bad karma, negative karma. So the line is Om Tara Tutare Ture Soha. That's the mantra. So we'll do a call and response. Om Tara Tutare Ture Soha. Om Tara Tutare Ture Soha. Everybody. Om Tara Tutare Ture Soha. Om Tara Tutare Ture Soha. Om Tara Tutare Ture Let's try it all together. Don't worry about perfection, just do your best. Om Tara Tutare Ture Soha. Om Tara Tutare Ture Soha. Om Tara Tutare Ture May all beings everywhere be happy and free from suffering and enjoy this practice through our senses. So let's come to standing now and begin the practice. Let's get ready for some warm-ups to heat the body up a little bit. Let's start. First, by charging the body with the earth's energy, standing with your feet about 10 inches apart. Raise the arms up, forming a V with your arms, the palms facing in. As I count to 8, we're bringing energy up from the earth all the way up to the body, to the fingertips. Hold the breath for a count to 6 at the fingertips. The attention is there as well. Exhale back down to the feet. As you do so, imagine the charge just flushing all the way down throughout the body. Inhale, bring the energy up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold in the attention and the breath at the fingertips. 4, 5, 6. Exhale all the way back down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Holding the attention and the breath at the fingertips. Exhale, feel the charge moving all the way down the body as the breath leaves back down. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last time, bring the energy up. Holding it at the fingertips. Exhale down. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Release the arms down now. Let's continue. Roll the head in circles. Feel as though the head were very heavy. Try to move in a way that does not bring pain to the body or distress to the mind. This is not, you want to offer up the best experience to all beings through your own experience on the mat. And change directions. Always remember to practice according to your conditions. Respect your limitations. And swing the arms back and forth. Try to get the arms behind the ears. And conclude. Swing the arms, squeeze the arms across the chest. Throw them back. Alternate the cross each time. Two more. Good. Now arms up. Throw the body down on the exhale. Release. Swing the body down. One more. Just stay down. Allow the body to stop shaking. And start to pull your body back up. Good. A few squats just to get the blood moving in the legs. Don't worry if you can't come down all the way. Just do as you feel fit. Arms up on the inhale. Come down into a squat. Two more. And one more. Come right back up. Elbows out to the side and twist from side to side. And conclude. One more. Inhale, lift the left arm up. Bend to the right, right arm up. Bend to the left. Continue. One more on each side. And release. Just shake out the wrists a little bit. And then up and down. Good. Now let's come to the top of the mat. Bring the feet together. Bring the hands together, the heart centered, a universal gesture of offering. Close the eyes. And remember that better than practice and even better than meditation is to renounce all the fruits of your actions. Do the practice because it must be done as a divine duty to help all beings everywhere. Let's move together as one to stay in that collective mind. Move slowly at first, and then we'll pick it up. Raise your arms up over the head. Come down gracefully over the legs. Bend your knees if you need to bring your chest on your thighs and your hands on the ground. Right foot back into a lunge. Lower the knee, drop the seat, and then lift the heart. Come into high plank. Lower knees, chest, and chin down. Turn the fingers out a little bit so the elbows can come close to the body. Chest comes a little bit behind the hands. Pull with your hands, come forward and through into cobra pose. Chest high. Roll over the toes back into downward facing dog. We're going to bring our right foot to the hands into a lunge again. If this was difficult, you lower the left knee, and if the foot doesn't make it all the way, you help it forward with the right hand. Drop the seat again. Bring the feet back together. Keep your knees bent so you can bring your chest onto your thighs and push against the legs, head down. Come all the way up to standing. Hands back to the heart. Left side, up and back. Open up through the heart. Bring the hands down again. Soften the knees if you need to. Chest on your thighs. Left foot back into lunge. Drop the seat down low. Come into high plank. Lower knees, chest, and chin. Elbows again close to the body. Glide forward. Pull with your hands to help you come forward and through. Smoothly. Back into downward facing dog. Push into the hands. Seat all the way back. Left foot steps forward to the hands. Modify as you need to make it accessible. And then feet together. Uttanasana. Chest to the thighs. Head down. Come all the way up to standing. Reach up and back. Hands back to the heart. So just try to go a little bit more smoothly so it's more like a flow or like a dance. Come down over the legs gracefully. Right foot back. Imagine your body moving. Watch it in your mind. And when you see the body moving gracefully, the body will probably, chances are, follow exactly what you see in your mind. Right foot steps forward to the hands. Feet together. Uttanasana, like you're bowing. Head down, showing humbleness. Come up, standing salute. And coming back to the home. Heart center. Reach up. Go down. Left foot back. All the movements executed with deliberateness, mindfulness, and of course reverence. And come forward and up into cobra. And back. Left foot steps forward to the hands. Right foot joins, bounce the legs humbly. Come all the way up. Hands back to the heart. Lose yourself in the sensations. Reach up and back. Go down. Don't worry too much about the breath. More so move the body in a way that allows the breath to stay even and steady. And then the breath will deliver fluidity and ease to the movements. Glide forward into the cobra. And back. Retreat, downward facing dog. Right foot steps forward to the hands. Left foot joins. Come all the way up. Keep watching the body moving like you're the witness. Hands to the heart. Watch the reaction to the mind and the emotions as well. You're none of these. You're not the body, the mind, or the emotions. Left foot leads into the plank. Down we go. Slide forward and up. And back. Left foot steps between the hands. Right foot joins. Come all the way up to standing. And back. Reach up again. As you get warmer, try to introduce a little bit more range of motion into your movements. Right foot back. And plank. Down we go. Find your edge. Go to your edge of potential. Each and every time. So that one day, bit by bit, you increase where that edge is. You keep going further and further. The right foot step forward, and then left foot joint. Come up. Come back home. Left side. Go down. Left foot leads. And keep going. All the while, the mind is completely unaffected and calm and serene all throughout all experiences. Left foot forward, then the right foot, bow to the legs. Come up, return home. One more cycle. Down, reflect humbleness and surrender in all your movements. Keep thinking of it as an offering. Offer the best that you can. Glide. Retreat. Right foot. Left. Left side. Bury your mind deep in your heart. The body will move with even more steadiness and ease and grace. Down. Scoop right through. Lose yourself in the sensations. Left foot front, and then the right. Come all the way up. Return home. Breathe in here. Breathe out. Take pause. Let go of all attachments and results and all expectations. Do the practice for something higher, greater than just the satisfaction of your own needs. Hinge forward now. Continuing. Bend your knees, you can bring your chest onto your thighs, interlace the fingers behind the back. Push the chest forward towards the knees, and then if you can, use a body to push against the legs. Bring the seat up a little bit higher, so feel a stretch in the backs of the legs. If you're more flexible, try to get your legs completely straight and rest the forehead against the shins. Arms come over the head towards the ground. Keep your knees as bent as you need to keep your connection of the body with the thighs. Release the hands back down onto the back in front of the feet. Lift up the heels and then shift your weight forward so that your shoulders come over the fingertips. Rest your shins on the backs of the arms. The knees are right in the underarms. If you feel comfortable, keep pressing into your hands and lift your toes up. Only do this if you're comfortable. And from here, bend your elbows, sink down a little bit more. Keep your head forward and then press into your hands. You can shoot your legs back or just place your toes down and just walk back. Lower down onto the belly now. Inhale, lift up through the chest. Slide your elbows forward underneath the shoulder. Bring your legs together and really press down through the lower arms and the lower body from the hips down. Drop the shoulders, propel the chest forward away from the seat. Be very still like the statue, Sphinx pose. Imagine you're made of stone. And with every pose, you try to tap into the consciousness of the pose. You try to become the form that you're representing. Push into the hands, lift the chest up higher, bring the head back. Curve the spine. Make sure your shoulders don't jam up the neck. Keep the shoulders down. And then walk your hands, if you like, closer in towards the body. Press down to the toes, the tops of the feet. Come up higher. If you're more flexible, walk your hands even closer, close to the hips. Imagine trying to fold the body in half at the hips. Visualize the head going right over the seat. Come onto your fingertips if you need to. Let's even get your chest flat. Listen to heart one more time. Take all the fold down lower back. And from here, tuck the chin in, bend the toes under. Make your way to down and facing dog. Flatten your hands again if they were in finger stand. Breathe in. Exhale, soften through the heart. Bounce a little bit through the chest, trying to get the chest close to the ground. If you want, you can rest your head on the ground if your head happens to reach. Pull the seat back, belly to the thighs, chest close to the ground. Raise the left leg up. Take the foot between the hands. Land it quietly. Lower the back knee down, flatten out the toe. Inhale, come upright. Exhale, drop the seat all the way forward. You should be sitting as low as you can, with the seat close to the front heel. Place your hands on the front knee. Inhale, pull the body up out of the hips. Exhale. Imagine gravity's working on the body to just allow the head and the shoulders to drop lower. You can get the sense that you're just trying to drop your head right down onto the back knee. Pull the body back upright. Bring the arms up, Kapiyasana. Pull the arms up nice and taut and straight, right by the ears. Rock the shoulders up and down, back and forth. And then so you can pull the arms behind the ears without bending your elbows. And then reach back. Try to get your body again level with the ground. Imagine your index fingers can go run over the back toes. Perhaps some of you might be able to do it. Keep extending. Lead with the heart, come back up. Press into the front knee to bring the body more upright. Move the left foot in, so left heel's underneath the left knee. Sukha Virabhadrasana, shoulders down, arms straight out of the shoulders. And then from here, tip down, left hand comes down, right arm comes up. Keep your shoulder against the knee. Now you can stay there, you can try a bind. So do it the other way, maybe you'll be able to see a little bit better. You can either take the right arm around and then just slip your hand in between your body and your leg. Press the hand into your inner thigh. Right shoulder moves back. If you have more mobility, drop the shoulder down a little bit lower just so it's a little bit lower than the knee. And then left arm comes all the way underneath the leg. You join the hands beside the seat against the left thigh. Right shoulder then moves back. Look over the right shoulder, open up through the heart and the hip. Right hip moves back. Those of you who want to go into bound triangle, lean forward into the front foot, bend the toes under, and lift the knee up off the ground. Try to get the right leg straight by raising the hip. If the left leg doesn't straighten, don't worry about it. Just keep where you can. Keep pulling the body against the leg. Eventually, maybe the left hip will come up and back, and the leg can straighten. Release the bind, hands back down to the ground, lower the back knee down. Inhale, come upright, right arm comes up. Angle the toe and the knee towards the right, so you can place the elbow knee outside of the thigh. Do it this way. Join the hands together at the heart, push the left hand down to right. As you push, the body comes up, center of the chest comes behind the thumbs, and then keep pushing against the left thigh as you roll the left shoulder back. Try to get your chest to look up. Those of you who can go into bind, go ahead. Just demonstrate quickly. Your elbow has to go below the knee. Move the hips back so you can just kind of worm your hand in between your legs. Left hand over the back, and your hands end up joining underneath the belly. Left shoulder moves back. As you inhale, pull the left hip back, head forward. So you lengthen the side body. Exhale, keep rolling so that your chest looks up. Good. From here, we're coming back into prayer position with your hands. So an option here, bend the toes under and then lift the back knee. You're going to spin on your feet so your feet are parallel. I'm sorry, I'm facing away from you. Your feet are pointing towards the front end of the side, long side of the mat. Keep pushing into your left leg. Your head stays down. Try to get both legs straight eventually. If this is too much, you just stay where you were, okay? The twist is good for warming up the body in any case. Now if you're in the bound triangle, the revolved triangle, turn back around, left foot facing forward, left right knee down, back into Easy Warrior 2. Take the hands behind the back, inhale, lift the chest, the hand goes down towards the ground, the head goes back, Humble Warrior, pull the left side of the seat back, and lower down, so that the body comes down, the forehead comes close to the foot on the inside. If your knee happens to land on your shoulder, just move to the right so the shoulder slips to the inside of the knee. If you're very flexible, try to get your chest on the ground. One more breath, telescope the chest forward, head forward. Pull the hands back down and back. Inhale, come up halfway. Release the hands to the inside of the left foot. Move the left foot out a little bit so that the knee stays over the heel. You want to avoid allowing the knee to pop away from the shoulder. And then come back and forth, lowering down bit by bit. Concentrate on getting your hips down. And lower the knee down, flatten out the toe, come into lizard. If your shoulder's below the knee, you would rest the right forearm and then the left forearm on the ground. If you're very flexible, go right down onto your chest. Otherwise, stay on your hands if you need to. Drag the chest forward. Keep sinking down through the seat. Imagine there's a big weight resting right on top of your seat. Eventually, the rest of the body will follow. Fix the gaze like a lizard that does not blink. Now here we're going to make our way back onto the hands, into Pigeon. Move the left hip back, heel toe the left foot in towards the right hip, and lower the left thigh on the ground. Try to have both sides of the hips even. Root down to the left side, especially left side of the seat. Extend the right toes back. Inhale, lift the chest, bring the head back. Exhale, prone pigeon. Hinge forward to the hips. You can stay higher on your hands if this is where you're at. On the forearms, stack the fists if you like. Bring the forehead to the fists or flat down on your belly. Just notice how with the head down, you're expressing humbleness, surrender. And tap into these qualities. Think about what the pose is trying to express. And embody all those characteristics of humbleness or surrender or whatever it is. Open-heartedness. Slide your hands back towards the body. From here, bend the toes under. We're going to make our way back into downward facing dog immediately. Breathe in, breathe out. Vasisthasana. We're moving onto your left hand and left foot first. Slide your left hand towards the right. Spin your feet towards long into the mat. Keep your hips high like you're doing a sideways downward dog. And then release the right hand. Make sure you're not collapsing into your shoulder. Keep the shoulder extended. Push the shoulder down and in. Okay? If you need to, you lower down on your left knee. Other variations. Swing your right, slide your right toes back. Press into the roots of your toes. Come into Wild Thing. Lift your hips and your chest up. Picture the pose in your mind. And just imagine your body going there. Allow your breath to take you there to the extent it can. Return. Pushing into your left hand and your left foot. Keep your hips high. And back into downward facing dog. We're going right to the other side from here. Right hand moves towards the left. Spin your toes. You want to make sure the base of the big toe is grounded. So if you need to move your foot in a little bit, you can. Make sure you keep your hips high again. Stay in your regular Vasisthasana or Wild Thing. Slide your left toes back and open up. Keep strong through the standing arm, the right arm. To return, look towards the right hand, smear the hand into the mat. Keep your hips high, return to downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out. Right leg comes up and back. Smoothly send it forward between the hands. Back knee down, flatten out the toe. Inhale, come upright. Hands to the front knee, exhale, lean away from the leg. Drop your head back. Drop your shoulders back so the chest is fully open to the sky. Lose yourself in the sensation, come into the set mindset of offering again. Inhale, lift back up, arms up over the head, Kapiyasana. Really pull on the arms. Imagine using your arms to bring the body further by the hips. And then open up. Keep the arms straight. Picture a crescent moon shape in your mind and make the shape with the body. Lift through the heart, come back up. Hands to the front knee. Press the body back upright. Turn to the left. Arms out to the side. Sukha Virabhadrasana. Sukha Trikonasana. Left arm up. Keep there if you like, or go into a bind. Any variation you like. Half bind or full bind. Make sure you're binding beside the seat, not trying to go over the seat. It's a little bit more of a reach. Into bound triangle, bend the toes under, lift the knee up off the ground. You can stay in your the previous pose if it's better for you. Just remember, don't go to the place of pain. Don't go to a place where the mind is just in a constant state of distress. There's no quietness there. And this is exactly the vibes we'll be sending out. Anxiety and distress. It's not what we want to project. Break the pose. Hands back down. Left knee back down. Inhale, come up. And then I'll do it from this side this time. Pasarita Padottanasana. No, that's it. Parita Padottanasana. So left elbow to the outside of the thigh. Join the hands together at the heart and then roll the right shoulder all the way back. Trying to get your chest to look up. If you bend your toes under on the back foot, it helps with this action. You can either stay there or go into a bind if you know the variation. Now to come into bound revolve triangle, looking down, bend the toes, keep the toes bent under. Bring your weight into your right foot so you can lift the knee up off the ground and then spin your feet to the long edge of the mat. Your left arm is still pressing against the right thigh. Head is still down. Release. Bring the hands back down. And then turn back to face forward, right foot in front, left knee down. Sukha Virabhadrasana. Take the hands behind the back. Easy humble warrior. Pull the hands down, lift the chest, and then come down to the left so that the shoulder doesn't end up on the knee. And then pull the arms overhead. If it's, however, easier for you to just stay there with your shoulder on your knee, do as you must, do as you can, okay? So just do your best. Find a place where you feel supported and steady. Pull hands back down the back. Release the hands onto the ground beside the right foot on the inside, lizard. Moving back and forth mindfully, eventually coming down, if you can, on your forearms, or even the left forearm if you like. Lower the back knee down, flatten out the toe. Keep the chest forward. With that sensation of weight on the back body, just pressing you down, perhaps the rest of the body will follow. Keep your gaze still in any case. Gaze at a point in front. And then get heavier and heavier from the hips down to the foot. Come back onto the hands, pigeon pose. Move the hip back a little bit, heel toe, the right foot in front of the left hip. Make sure both sides hips are even. Sometimes we tend to sit a little bit more on one side. Try to make it so that the fronts of the hips are at the same height, same level. Inhale, lift up through the chest first. Hands beside the hips, get full length of the front of the body. Extend back to the left toes. Keep the length as you go down. Keep the right side of the seat planted and back. Keep both sides of the body long and then slide down, again according to your ability. Stay higher if you need to. And wherever you feel that you want more release, bring your attention there. Your attention is like a magnet and it draws the prana there, the vital force. More breaths. Telescope the chest forward. Exhale, sink through the hips. Get heavy. Feel grounded. And then come back. Bring your hands back. So I'll demonstrate a few things before we come into Vasisthasana. Okay, bend the toes under. We're going to make our way into downward facing dog. So a few options here. When you're moving to Vasisthasana, you can stay here as I instructed before, onto your knee if you need to, press your hips forward. Other variations. Flip your right toes back. Make sure the right base of the toe is firmly planted down. Your hips come up, and if you're on the flat foot, it makes it easier to eventually take up the right knee. So you take your weight into your left hand, your left knee, left foot. And then eventually, if you're more flexible, you take hold of the foot. Okay? Other variations from here. If you can, you keep spinning on your heel, your palm, so that you can place your other hand down beside it. Urdhva Dhanurasana. If you're very flexy in the back and the limitations in the shoulders. And you make your way back the same way. Let's give it a try. Come into your downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out first, and then slide your left hand to the right, spin your toes along into the mat towards the back left corner, and then go from here. Visualize it in your mind. And just allow your breath to take whichever variation you can. You can even just keep your right foot in front and do it this way. Return, downward facing dog. Go to the other side. Right hand goes to the left and then spin. If you're on the edge of the foot, it tends to slide out a little bit and then your hip drops and then the body gets heavy and then your shoulder starts to collapse. So you want to try to get your hips as high as possible and your shoulder, your arm fully extended so that you have more strength to sustain the pose. Okay? And back into downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out, all fatigue. Lift up the heels, bend the knees. You can either jump forward to the hands if you feel comfortable, otherwise walk your feet forward. Land lightly, lower your seat to about the line of the knees, arms out in front. Now charge the lower body by squeezing your thighs and your shins towards one another or against one another if they're together. Raise the arms up. Fierce determination. Just like the pose suggests. Fierce pose. The mind doesn't change. Stays quiet. Drop the shoulders. Drop the seat. Curl the tail under. Good. Sink a little bit lower if you can. Lift up your chest. Now inhale, come all the way up. Bring your hands down, place them on the seat, and walk your feet further apart. Your edges, your toes will be on the edges of the mat. Bring your hands to the seat, and then you can bend your knees like you're riding a horse. So your hips come forward, your knees come forward over the toes. You can keep your hands on the seat. Push into the seat and down. Bring your chest up and your head back if you feel comfortable. If you're more flexible, you can slide your hands down and grasp just underneath the knees. Heels, your palms pressing into your calves. If you're very flexible, keep walking your hands down towards the ankles maybe. Roll the thighs outwards, roll the shins inwards. So any level that you feel is appropriate for you, where you feel again the ability to stay there steadily. One hand at a time, walk your hands back onto the seat, push into the seat, pull down at the same time, keep your weight forward so you can come up. Breathe in, breathe out, release. Bring your feet together. We'll do balance poses now. So I like to do angel, because it's a very heart opening pose, it's a very warming pose and a beautiful pose. So just picture an angel with the wings spread. Going to slide your right toes back, push down into the seat, pull down at the same time, and then get the chest up. Bring the head back. Keep your hips forward as much as you can. Weight is over the left foot, the front foot. Take your arms out to the side. Keep lifting up through the heart so that your lower back doesn't get all compressed. You can either stay here if you feel comfortable. Lift the right toes up off the mat. Get a sense of body flight. Exhibit offering, surrender. Break the pose, bring the toes back down, lift through the chest, bring your feet back together. So we'll do it again on the other side. Just build the pose mindfully, bit by bit. It's not a rush. It's not a race. Bring the left toes back, push down into the seat, pull down at the same time, and bring your hips all the way forward. So you feel a lot of weight on your right foot. Take your arms out to the side, drop your head back if you feel comfortable. Open up yourself to divine grace. Keep just there if you like. Or if you steady, really grip the foot, standing foot, the right foot into the ground. Lift the left toes up. Imagine you're flying. Break the pose. Left toes back down. Bring the feet back together. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay, one more pose. This is a little bit more challenging, so there's different levels. You can either, we're standing on your left foot again, take your right knee up. And if you can stand, lean back. Try to bring your chest, your belly up towards the thigh, your shoulders drop back a little bit. Then you can stay here. If you want, extend the leg out. Whoops, I didn't do that very well, sorry. So place your hands on your seat, sometimes helps. Reach your leg out. Keep looking at your toes. Bring your hands in front of the chest if you can. Out to the side, a little bit more difficult. Okay, play with that a little bit. Ensure that your mindfulness pose, especially if you have issues with your lower back. If your lower back is weak, keep in a supported position. Either hands hug your body to your leg to the body, or Hands to the seat. Okay? Rest your weight into your hands. Alright, break the pose. Try it on the other side first. However, close your eyes. Stand tall on both feet. Just imagine yourself in the pose, holding it steadily, holding it easily. And see how the body how the body manifests the pose. Bring the left knee up. Bring your chest towards the thigh. Lean back a little bit if you feel comfortable. You want to really grip the mat with your toes and the edges of your feet and the heel. Progress from there if you like. Slide your hands back to your seat if you like. Extend. Pull the shoulders back, chest wide. Hands just pressing into the heart or out to the side. Come back. Breathe in. Breathe out. Separate your feet a little bit. Hands on the hips, hinge at the hips. Come down slowly, and then when you're down closer to the ground, head close to the ground, soften your knees. Ragdoll. Breathe in. Exhale, throw all the fatigue out of the body. Again, inhale. Exhale, just allow all the fatigue and the effort to just drop out of the body again. Then lower the seat down onto the ground. Come onto your back momentarily. Just recharge the body. Lie on the back. Breathe in. Exhale, remove all fatigue. Relax, go limp. And then come up again. Arms over the head. Extend through the heels. And sit up. Roll onto your side if that's easier. Baddha Vajrasana. If you can, you fold your left leg back if it doesn't present any strain to the knee. If it does, keep it in front with the heel in front of the right side of the seat. Right knee comes up towards the shoulder. Hold the foot in front of the shoulder. If you can extend your legs straight up for Kranchasana, Heron pose. And then grow the body nice and long out of the hips. Extend upwards. Imagine trying to get your chest above the knee. The knee is always they're trying to always come up higher than one another. Press through the base of the toe. Work again your leg to your body, to your nose, instead of going down to meet it. Keep the back straight. Take your attention to all those places where you need to find more release. Again, attention's like a magnet. And refold the leg. If you know you can get into lotus, easier way to get into is lean back. Place a heel on the thigh. It comes closer when you lean back, and then you just tuck it in and allow the knee to come down. If your knee's a mile away from the ground, higher than the other leg, higher than the foot, best to maybe take a modification, place your foot on the ground, your knee flat on the ground. If it's sort of hovering close to the ground, you can just place a block or socks underneath to have the knee supported. To go into bind, you lean over the right leg, pass the right arm around the body, we'll head the shoulder forward, and then see if you can find the foot. You can use your other hand to assist the hand forward, or take a strap and just wrap it around the foot and just hold the strap. Left hand's the outside of the right knee. Inhale, lift through the chest. Exhale, turn to the right. Make sure the left side of the seat doesn't come up. Sometimes it lifts up like you can see maybe here. Just keep pressing it down. Inhale, lift through the chest. Exhale. Open up to the right. If you were in the modified version with your knee in front, your right foot can just come to the front of the, just against the knee. And you would maybe have the right hand behind the back, right against the seat, center of the seat. Remain unjudging, just do your best. Remember, that's the journey. And wherever we are on our journey, be okay with it. We all go through the pass through the same experiences. And then come back, face forward, release, other side. Shake out the legs if you need to in between, massage the knees, and then take the right leg back when you're ready, or modify left knee up into the shoulder. Stay with your heel in front of the knee, or raise the legs straight up. Lift through the heart, bring the leg closer to the head. Shoulders down. Concentrate on stillness. Think of the shape of the hair and long lines everywhere. Just try to bring it out into the posture yourself with your own body. Now come into the Bharadvajasana, lean back. Allow the heel to drop down onto the right thigh and slip it in if there's no resistance, or take any of the modifications that I showed you before. Move to the left. Roll the head of the shoulder forward, snake the arm just close, just along the ground, and then it will come around and find the foot more easily. Other hand can just assist it forward. Right hand to the outside of the left knee. Inhale, push the lower back in. Exhale, turn to the left. You want to start the twist from the hips and feel the twist going all the way up through the body, all the way up the spine. Eventually the shoulders come into it too. Now release. Good. Go from here, doing something new. Release the legs, shake out the legs. So pull your feet in, and then lift up the seat off of the ground so it's behind heels. Cross the left leg over. So your foot is over on the outside of the knee. It can either come up and just stay like this, right? Eventually you want to move left arm up, lean and dive down. And see if you can get your the upper arm to press against the foot. And then push the foot into the arm and vice versa. Turn to face the right, so it's a twist. Okay, look over your right shoulder. You want to go further. You want to have your foot close to the shoulder as possible. You bring your left hand down, your hands are parallel, and you lean forward. So your body's level to the ground, head in the hip, and then you might be able to go into dragon pose. Push the left foot out, right foot out. Okay? So those of you who know how to get into that or who've seen it before, it might be a little bit easier for those. But do whatever you feel is appropriate for your level. Okay? This is very good for just training your body to come eventually to the pose, and then just, even if you come down halfway and not go into arm balance, it's fine. Let's release. Shake out the legs. Left foot comes in, right foot comes over. And then walk your hands forward to the beside the seat. Lift the seat up off the ground. And you can either stay here too. Just practice your balance. Press your right knee away, your left knee in towards the body. If you can, bring your weight into your left hand so you can lift the right arm up, and then see if you can get your arm against the foot. Now push the arm into the foot and vice versa. Turn to the left. If you want to go further, try to come down lower so your foot is closer to the shoulder. Bend your arms so that you're like a shelf for your arm to sit on. Head forward and then into the pose, the arm balance. Okay, give that a try. Remember, this is a multi-level class, so just do according to your condition. Lower down, come out of the pose, massage your knees, relax. Inversions, headstands, king of the postures. If you know what you're doing, go ahead into your pose, headstand. If you need options, something a little bit softer, if you're more entry level, you can either do, well, I like to do a little bit more close approaching to the pose, so you can take hold of your, bring your arms in front, make sure you can hold opposite elbows equally, so the width of the shoulders, interlace your fingers and place the forehead down. From here, lift up your seat, press your weight mostly into your arms so you're not feeling as much pressure in your head if that's uncomfortable for your head. And then from here, you just keep pressing into your arms evenly as you lift your heels up, right on your tippy toes. If you feel comfortable, you can bring one leg up, bend your knee very deeply so the foot is close to the seat, push out to the base of toes, bend your toes back, and then repeat. If you feel comfortable, as you lift your heel, keep pressing into your arms, and then just see if you can get your toes up off the ground. Nice and easy, okay? So just don't go too fast. Don't throw your legs up, don't kick up. Just push off the toes by pushing into the arms. Keep your right thigh against the belly if you like. Okay? Wherever you're at, just keep your concentration nice and firm on one point, maybe on the space between the eyebrows. Either with your eyes closed or open is fine. Concentrate on stillness. Few more breaths here, whichever variation you're doing. Remember, you can just stay with your toes on the ground at all times. Push into the arms. Slowly, mindfully come out of the pose. If you're in headstand, make your way down. And then lower the knees down, come into child's pose. Breathe in. Breathe out. Relax. Roll your way up. Legs come out in front. Lie on your back again. Once you're on your back, breathe in. Exhale. Breathe out all fatigue. Imagine you're fainting. Shoulder stand. Next in the set of inversions, queen in the postures. Delivers all the same type of benefits as headstands. Arms by your body. Lift up your legs if you need to. Slide your feet in first. Bend your knees and then raise your legs up. From here, press into your arms. See if you can lift your seat up off the ground. Push into your arms. Come up higher. Do this 4 times. Each time coming up higher, so more of the back comes up off the mat. Try to come down in a controlled way, no big, fast, hard landings. Ease your way down by pressing into the arms. After the 4th time, if this was all good, you lift up your hips high enough, you can bring your hands to your back and press into your back. Keep pushing. Try to get your elbows behind your body. Try to form a straight line from the toes down to the chin. If you want, you can go into lotus. If you're having trouble to get into your lotus, bring your feet over the head a little bit. Pull one foot in so you can use your hands to bring your way into lotus. If you can get your hands to the knees as well. Try to keep your hips higher than your knees higher than the hips. That's for more advanced. If you need something softer, none of that looks good to you. You bring your heels close to the seat, lift up your chest, your seat up off the mat, arms underneath the body. Try to get your chest close to the chin and your knees in line with your heels, backs your knees. This is very much the same shape of the pose. Now, once you're in the pose, close your eyes. Bring your attention to the space between the eyebrows. settle your mind into stillness. Watch the space between your eyebrows, the darkness. Learn to control the mind, or the mind will control you.
Without changing your focus, lower the legs down over the head, halasana. If your legs are straight. If you're in lotus, you can bring your thighs against the body, pindasana, embryo pose. Now from here you can either stay, if you're in halasana, you can stay with your feet, keep pulling your feet further away from your head so you feel more stretch in the back. If you want, you can drop your thighs against the chest, squeeze the ears with your knees, and bring your hands on the floor behind the back if your feet are touching down. If not, keep your hands on the back. Just keep pushing into the back gently until the hips come over the shoulders. Then this will make it easier for the feet to come down eventually. Make your way down now. Hands behind the back. Keep your legs close to the body as you make your way down. When the seat touches, press into your arms, come up into boat pose. So sit up. Try not to allow your feet to drop down to the ground in between. And if it's too much, you keep your legs straight. You bend your knees. You can hold the back of the knees even if you like. Keep your chest close to your thighs. Otherwise, you stay in that position, arms out to the side, look beyond the toes, lower back lifted, and Bhastrika breath. Breathe very fast, pant through the nose like a puppy. Cease the breathing. Cross the ankles, the shins I should say, and pull the feet right against the seat. So just below the seat, roll onto the back. So from here, keep pulling on the toes. You can lift your head if you need to, so that you can bring your knees closer. And then when your elbows come down, you push into the elbows, your knees come down. Keep your chest lifted so you can bring your head down. If that was not working, regular fish. Hands on the ground underneath the seat. Move your shoulders in a little bit so your arms are underneath the body. Legs extended. Push the chest up. Bring the top of the head to the ground. Now Bhastrika breath again. Keep going with the breath. If you want, raise your legs 12 inches off the ground if your legs are straight. Lower the legs down. Press into lower arms so you can take the weight off of the head and relax. Breathe in. Breathe out. Take the arms out from underneath. Relax everything. Recharge. Urdhva Dhanurasana. Bring the feet close in. Place the feet just behind the heels, the seat. Edge the feet parallel. Urdhva Dhanurasana, wheel pose. Other modifications as well. Bring your fingertips on either side of the head with the thumbs roughly in line with the ears. Lift the seat up off the mat. And then from here, push into your fingertips so you can drag your head back behind your hands, closer to the feet. Turn your hands around, your fingers facing out a little bit. Not all the way, but maybe halfway. And then from here, you can keep your head on the ground, or if you feel you can, you push into your hands and you lift your head up off the ground. And come up off your heels if you like. If you're more advanced practitioner,
practitioner, you know all sorts of variations, play with them, jump to the other side, drop back and come up, all these different things. One leg up, one arm up. Be creative, watch the body moving in your mind, offer it up, and then watch the body do magnificent things. Or just stay inward for Dhammanasana. None of this was talking to you, you do bridge pose again. Okay? So if you're in bridge wheel pose, hold it a little bit longer or play through variations a little bit longer. Practice steadfastness. Start to lower down. And breathe in. Breathe out all fatigue. Relax. Keep your legs bent. Slide your feet out a little bit. Bring the right leg up, knee on the right shoulder. Take hold of the ankle and pull the foot towards the head. You're stretching the back of the right leg. If you want, you can extend your left leg straight out if that's possible. You're very flexy. You can see it's a different pose, but if you want, you can try to bring your foot down to the ground beside your head. Okay, hold on to the foot, extend out to the left heel. Place the knee on the ground beside the body, half happy baby pose. Heel is over the knee. If you want, you can bring your right shoulder in front of the leg and hold it down the back of the leg with the back of the arm. Okay, so in case you can't see, I'll sit up. And imagine I'm lying down, but my shoulder comes in front of the leg and I'm pressing down the back of the shoulder. Okay. And then release that side, do the other side. Start with your right leg bent, foot flat on the ground. If you know you can keep your leg extended, don't waste your time, keep your leg extended. And then start to work at trying to loosen up the hamstring, pull the left foot towards the head. Bring the foot right down beside the head if you're very flexible. Keep extending through the right heel so that eventually the right leg flattens down right on the ground. And then just allow the knee to slip to the outside of the body, just underneath the arm, half happy baby pose. Holding the foot down with your hands or taking your left shoulder in front, pressing down. You can slip your hand underneath your seat and sit on your hands. Release. Breathe in. Breathe out all fatigue. Press into your arms, swing your legs up. Plant your feet, if you can, come right to standing. Okay, stork pose, more forward bending. Bend your knees, coming into a little bit of squat. I'll do it sideways actually. So your seat's on the same lines as knees. Arms come around the outside, so circle back and then right through between. Press the backs of the hands against the inside of the lower legs. Body's resting between the legs. This is where you may stop, if this is already giving you enough of a bench. Otherwise, you can bring your head down, lift your seat, slide your hands down a little bit further so that they're not right against the knees, a little bit lower.
And see if you can cup your hands around your ears. Eventually you might be able to walk hands back, interlace your fingers behind the head. And straighten your legs. Stork pose. Come out. Place your hands in front. Bend the knees again. Left shoulder in behind. Try to fork the heel with your index finger and your thumb, and then see if you can get your right shoulder under the same way. Okay? And then see if you can drop your seat right down towards the ground. So you're hugging your legs from in front and behind your shoulders. Hugging your arms, I should say. Now if you want to go into Tittipasana, you move your hands a little bit away. You want to have your hands flat on the ground. Lower your seat, and then push your weight into your hands. Keep your seat high so that you can slide your feet forward. If you drop your seat down, it's going to be hard to walk your toes forward. So lift your seat, push into the back of your legs with your upper arms. And if you can, you press into your hands and you lift your toes up. Lower the feet down. Shift forward. You can take your hands out in front. Come into table and onto your belly. Now rest. Forehead on the hands. Breathe in. Breathe out. Relax. From here, lift the head. Bend your left leg, take hold of the ankle. Half Dhanurasana. Keep your right leg extended, right arm forward, pull the left foot up. Press a foot into your hands, and then raise the right leg up. If you can, you would then bend the right leg, take the right foot, complete the pose. Pull the feet up, look up. Try to get your feet higher than the head. If you look up, you might be able to see your toes. If you can't, don't worry about it. They're still there. Let's do your best. Come down. Relax. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more on the other side. Bring the right heel up. Take hold of the heel. And then extend the left arm. Raise the left leg and the left arm up. Push the ankle back into your hands. Either stay or bend the left leg. Once again, Dhanurasana. Make sure you breathe. Don't hold the breath. Pull on the ankles. Lift up. Try not to have your legs really far apart. Just try to keep them more or less hip width or a little bit more, and then lift up. Pull. And down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Flip over onto your back. So from here, a twist. So bring your right knee up, leg up, slide your foot up and slide it onto your right thigh. And if you can keep it there, good. If not, don't worry about it. If it comes away from the leg, that's all good. Use your right hand to pull the knee over to the right. Extend the left arm out of the shoulder. If the shoulder starts to pop up off the ground, just keep extending the arm. Try to flatten out so the shoulder blades are flat and the front of the shoulder's not popping up. Keep the chest open and wide. And bring your attention to the base of the spine. Go along from the base of the spine all the way up through the body. Come back to the center, release. One breath in,
Exhale. Melt. Slide the right foot up onto your left thigh and then use the left hand to pull the knee over to the left. The arm is about the height of the shoulder. Keep extending through the right arm so that again, the front of the shoulder doesn't pop, the shoulder doesn't come away from the ground. Try to find a long line. Anchor down through the right back shoulder, all the way down to left toes. A nice continuous curve. No fold in the lower back. Keep the lower back long by curling the tail under. Release. Shavasana. Just allow your legs to just flop open, your feet falling away from one another, your arms beyond the edges of the mat, at least a foot and a half away, the palms facing up. Just now. Rest. Relax. Deep relaxation is the best antidote for removing impurities. So just relax everything. Imagine your body, the inside of your body as just a sea of water, just fluid. All the organs and the bones just floating in that fluid. And from somewhere, just like when you shine a flashlight on the water, it starts to permeate the water with light. Imagine that light coming within the body. And this light represents all the energy that we brought into this space together through your practice, through your efforts, through your love, through your good intentions. And just accept it all with gratitude. Deep within resides a divine spark that represents your highest self. And direct slowly start to bring the awareness back to the body. Become aware of the breath. Feel the body starting to awaken. The fingers, the toes, arms and the legs, the trunk of the body, the face, the muscles, and the forces that animate the body. The most, in the gentlest way possible, the most reverent way possible, and the quietest way possible. Make your way back up to a seated position. Once you're seated, sit tall and straight in the comfortable pose of your choice. Do some pranayama, alternate nostril breathing with breath retention. Left hand in chin mudra with your thumb, with your index fingers at the base of the thumb, resting on your left knee. The right hand in Vishnu mudra, which we use for these pranayama techniques. Second and third fingers fold down. If that's difficult for you, you just bring your fingers to the forehead, but as long as they don't touch the nose. The thumb of the right hand is used to control the right nostril, and the right ring finger for the left nostril, so the passage of the breath through these nostrils. So for this breath, we're breathing in through the left first, plugging off the right side, holding by pressing both sides of the nose closed. You engage the locks, throat lock, root lock, by pulling the navel, contracting the muscles of the root up towards the navel, chin on the chest and tongue to the upper palate. That's through the hold. Your focus is at the third eye. Exhale through the right side. Inhale back through the right. Hold the breath, plug both sides of the nose. Apply the locks, exhale through the left. So I'll talk you through this and we'll do this slowly. So sitting up tall and straight, exhale completely all the air out of the lungs. Bring the right thumb to the right side of the nose. Block off the right nostril, inhale through the left. 2, 3, hold the breath. Bring both closed sides of the nose. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Breathe out to the right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale to the right. 2, 3. Hold the breath. Plug both sides of the nose. Again, throat lock, root lock. Watch the space between the eyebrows. 9, 10, 11, 12. Exhale through the left side. Release the locks. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale through the left. 3. Hold the breath. Chin tucks in. Watch the space between the eyebrows. 9, 10, 11, 12. Exhale through the right. Release the locks. 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. 2, 3. Holding the breath. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Breathe out through the left. Release the locks. Inhale left. 3. Holding for 12. 10, 11, 12. Breathe out through the right. Count to 6. Inhale through the right. Count to 3. Holding for 12. So the ratio is always 1, 4, 2. In this case, 3, 12, 6. Exhale to the left. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale left. Holding. Chin down on the chest. Chest stays high. Exhale to the right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale to the right. Holding. Exhale left. Inhale left. Holding the breath. Apply the locks. Keep watching the space between your eyebrows. Exhale right. Inhale right. Hold in a breath. Exhale left. One last time. Inhale left. Holding. Exhale right. Inhale right. Holding. Exhale left. 4, 5, 6. Right hand down again in Chin Mudra. On the knees, both hands. Keep sitting upright and supreme. Close the eyes. Study of the self. Just observe the thoughts that are passing through the mind without any judgment, without any attempt to process or analyze what's going through the mind or at what rate. Be the witness. Remain undisturbed, unjudging. Through this practice, we cultivate a sense of equanimity. Eventually we gain the ability to not be affected by the pain and the suffering, for we realize that everything is perfect. Everything teaches us a lesson, gives us the tools that we need to break those patterns that cause us suffering in the first place. All these experiences are temporary. Learn the lesson from it, retain it as valuable knowledge for when you will need it. Set an intention that with every action, thought, or word, try to cultivate compassion so that it is the driving force behind those actions, thoughts, and words. So when they're exercised, they do not bring any harm or pain or suffering to any being. Imagine you're just seeing every person, every being as your own self. Treat everyone as God, your divine spark. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be receptive to the divine grace within. Namaste. Thank you so very much for watching. practicing. Namaste. Have a wonderful day.